Hello, everyone. Welcome to Feedstuffs 365. I'm Sarah Muirhead. Last month, Veterinary Pharmaceutical Solutions announced its acquisition of Diamond Animal Health from Mars Corporation. With us today to talk about the companies and what brings them together and what that has to offer the industry is Dean Warras, CEO of both entities. Welcome, Dean. Great to have you with us and to see you again.
Hey, good afternoon, Sarah. Nice to see you and wonderful to be here.
For those of you that are joining us here online, we thank you for taking the time to tune in. If you have any questions, feel free to post those there in the chat area on your screen. If you're joining us from social media, simply post your questions directly in those channels. So, Dean, talk with us about Veterinary Pharmaceutical Solutions and your role with the company. What's everything all about?
Yeah, sure, Sarah. VPS, as we call it, Veterinary Pharmaceutical Solutions, headquartered in St. Peter, Minnesota. We are a compounding pharmacy. So, it's not a well-known term. It's essentially, we're serving the livestock industry, 100% livestock based, looking at companion animals. Right now, it's all food animals. We are essentially a producer of customized medicines at 100% prescription based. We do business directly with veterinarians, vet clinics, or in the case of an animal producer or a production company, an integrator, if you will, we will sell directly to them if they have vets on staff. Otherwise, we do not use distribution. Mostly swine, a little bit of turkeys, a little bit of cattle, but that's what we do. We serve the entire industry, coast to coast. We're licensed in all the states where you would find livestock, or at least food animals, and that's what we do.
And your background is on the animal health side of things. Why don't you give us
Yeah.
a little background there too?
Yeah, hard for me to say this, sir, but I've been in the industry, animal nutrition and health, for 33 years now. The last 10 to 15, let's say, almost exclusively health. And I was big pharma. This opportunity came along. As you mentioned earlier, I am the CEO of VPS. We'll get into Diamond later. We have very aggressive growth plans. We are backed by private equity, and we are considered a platform for animal health, and that's really evidenced by the Diamond acquisition. So we've gone from one leg of the animal health stool, as I describe it, to fully three legs, being pharma, biologicals, and of course the compounded products, which was VPS.
So then, why Diamond Animal Health? How did that acquisition come about?
Excellent question. It's a very funny story, and you might not think it's true, but it is 100% true. This is a classical, beautiful business development story. I was working with Diamond, goes back over a year ago now, coming up on a year and a half actually, talking to them about doing a project for us, a manufacturing project for us. I got to know the entire management team there in Des Moines, wonderful people, great capabilities. It was a longer term development project. So it took time to get to know each other, understand their processes, et cetera. A year ago, almost a year ago, I read a press release that Mars had intended to acquire Heska Corporation out of Colorado, which was the direct parent of Diamond Animal Health. And I made a few phone calls, and I had softly expressed my interest in Diamond. If you guys are ever interested in talking about something beyond a partnership, please let me know. And didn't really hear anything back. But then the Mars announcement, I made another phone call, went right up the ladder, and literally the next, a few months later, we had a deal. And so we have been very intent about broadening our portfolio, in terms of adding FDA registered pharma, perhaps vaccines. We now have both. In addition to the compounded pharmaceuticals, we also wanted to broaden our presence in additional species. So while VPS was primarily swine, Diamond is primarily cattle and companion animals. So now we're basically We're across the board in terms of the offerings, and we're across the board in terms of the species present. So it was a wonderful story. It was a very, very fast due diligence period, very fast. We literally did due diligence in 8 or 9 weeks. It was a record close, as I describe it. People were super accommodating. The team is amazing down there in Des Moines, and that's how it happened.
Yeah, that really would broaden your portfolio then if it's cattle and companion animals. So then what does that mean? How will VPS and Diamond Animal Health, how's the portfolio going to change, to evolve as a result of this merger?
Yeah, great question. I want to be clear. First of all, Diamond Animal Health has historically been and currently is still today a contract manufacturer slash contract development company or a contract research organization. Okay, so CDMO for short. They do have, however, a great ability to develop proprietary products. They have just chosen not to historically. I believe we will change that. Okay, that's not going to happen overnight, but it should happen in hopefully a significant way over time. So we are not moving away from contract manufacturing at all. In fact, we hope to strengthen the relationship and strengthen the offerings with our current customers and add new customers in that area. But where we can pick and choose, and of course, not compete with our customers, we're going to start developing our own proprietary offerings, our own branded products. So that'll come, those will be registered FDA pharmaceuticals, biologicals in all species, in addition to continuing to expand the offerings at VPS. So if you think about it this way, Sarah, I think the cleanest way to look at it is Diamond is a manufacturer. Diamond has not historically had a commercial presence other than the relationships with the customers they're manufacturing products for, none of which were proprietary. They were always somebody else's brand, okay? VPS controls its own brand. We have a sales force at VPS. We have a technical support presence in the field. We're doing research with our customers, et cetera. You can think about it. Diamond will have manufacturing presence. VPS will continue to most likely be the presence in the field, okay? Working with the veterinarians, working with, swine producers, of course, in the future, cattle producers, even small animal vets and vet clinics when it comes to those type of offerings.
Very good. Kind of all levels now you're on, all parts of the chain there. So what's the future hold then? What's that look like for you all?
I don't know. we're one month in. We are developing a strategy. What I can say is it's going to be more of the same, Sarah. In seriousness, we're going to be continuing to look for portfolio expansion opportunities, capability expansion opportunities. If that means some type of manufacturing that we can't do, some type of product we can't do, we're going to be looking to add those capabilities. And again, we are in all three legs of the animal health stool today. We don't necessarily cover every single component of the full stool. So we're going to be, my lights went off. Excuse me.
There we go.
Apologize for that.
That's okay.
So it will be more of the same, most likely, Sarah.
Do you see the animal, the pharmaceutical market changing dramatically? Do you see a lot of kind of shifting going on in that marketplace, and that's opening up new opportunities for companies like VPS?
Well, I do. Two things come to mind when you ask that. I see further consolidation happening. We're a good example of that. Number two, I do think that there is a shortage of some types of capacity, specialty capacities in the industry. Sterile fill might be an example. Powder blending or packaging might be an example. Some types of biologicals would be another example. It's competitive, but there is not an excess of this manufacturing capacity in these specialty areas. So people are going to be making there are going to be a lot of new relationships forming in the coming years, I think, as a result of that.
Very good. Any final thoughts you'd like to leave our audience with here today, Dean?
Oh, good question. I think if you're in the market for if you're looking for a solution, haven't been able to find one on the open market for your livestock, your companion animals, come talk to us at VPS. We can possibly come up with something customized. And then for Diamond, I would say we're open for business. If you need manufacturing of animal health products, we would love to talk to you. Great team, great capabilities in Des Moines there, world-class facility, and a great reputation with the FDA and USDA from a quality standpoint. So we would love to talk about partnership.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today, Dean, and good luck in your new venture here. We appreciate your time and your willingness to share your insights with us.
Thank you, Sarah. Always a pleasure. Nice to see you.
Likewise, we want to thank all of you for tuning in and spending some time with us. A reminder that all Feedstuffs 365 segments are available at feedstuffs.com. Simply go to feedstuffs.com, find 365, Feedstuffs 365 in the nav bar, and you can click right there. Until next time, for Feedstuffs 365, I'm Sarah Muirhead.